You say slow down. I don't like to move too fast. It drowns the truth with things that are not real, and I really want.
This is part 3 of the Craftsman Emerson Generation 2 drill press set rebuild. If you haven't seen part 2, click the link at the top of the screen. In this video, we will continue with disassembly of drill press A. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff and welcome to my shop. We got a lot to cover, so let's get to it. Okay, continuing with disassembly, we've got the chuck and we're going to disassemble it now. So this is just a little collar that I've got that's going to press the sleeve forward. I've got the jaws on the chuck protruding out the front of the chuck by about a ½ inch, and I'm using a socket there to protect them while I compress this. And this is the sleeve that I've got. I bought online, I don't know, a year or two ago. And it works pretty good, but it doesn't completely open up that chuck, so I'll switch that out with an unused or a used, but I don't use it anymore, sleeve from another Jacob's chuck. And as you can see, we just pressed that sleeve forward, and that's as far as it will go with that aluminum sleeve that I've got. It stops on the safety lock collar. So here we're just using and this is probably the best method, just using another Jacob's chuck sleeve. It's the same size, so pressing it onto the existing sleeve will just push that sleeve to the right of the screen here. So that sleeve is about a 1/16 of an inch thick, maybe an 1/8 of an inch thick at most. So if you can just get a piece of pipe that's got the same inside diameter as the sleeve, you could use that to press the sleeve off. So we're able to get the sleeve off there. And then we've got the split nut, which there's 1/2. There's the other half. And then we've got the 3 jaws, and sometimes these get a little stuck in there depending on the condition of the chuck, which is the case here. So I'll be using a punch and a hammer to tap it, and we're just going to push each one of those jaws out the front of the chuck. So it helps if you've got the other 2 completely recessed inside the chuck. And we're just going to tap that jaw forward. Now, it's important that you are careful that you don't break off any of the back teeth on each one of those jaws. And there's 2 of them. And this one's the 3rd. And any second here. Boom, 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 boom. There it goes. All right, so you should have the chuck body, the chuck sleeve, 3 jaws, and 2 halves of the split nut. Next, we're going to disassemble the belt cover. There are 3 screws that hold the spindle cover, which is this top part. And then there are 4 screws, 2 on each side, that hold the end cap on. So both the spindle cover and the end cap are plastic, and the belt cover body is steel. Now I'm not looking forward to stripping all this paint. This gray paint doesn't come off very well in the simple green, so a lot of this stuff is going to end up getting some paint stripper on it, as well as hitting it with wire wheels to get that paint off of there. And before we get to that point, we'll be attempting to bang out any dents that are in these belt covers. And this one isn't too bad. The other one has a couple of dents in it. You can see one of the dents there, but for the most part, this one's not bad. Here we are with the motor. And this is 113-12120. We're going to remove the motor mounting plate from it with these 4 screws. And the owner's manual for this motor within a parts diagram and everything is listed in the description of the video below. Now we'll remove the pulley and then the woodruff key there. Now we're going to remove the frame. There's these clamps on each end. There's the frame. Note the orientation. Now we'll go ahead and remove the terminal cover. And I may or may not do a wiring diagram, but all the wires are color coded. So as I remove them, I will mark each wire from where it came from on the terminal bar. As you can see, we've got a black, a white, a green, and those are all coming from the power cord. And the terminal bar is numbered 1 through 4, 4 being at the top of the screen. I'm going to go ahead and remove that ground, which is green. And the black is running to number 1 and the white is running to number 4. There's a yellow that is connected to number 1 as well. I think I rebuilt this motor at one point for a different project and then never used it. Because when I got these 2 drill presses, this one of them was missing a motor. And those terminal ends on the power cord are definitely my work. So that is a blue cord that's going to number 4. Or blue wire, lead wire. And then, like I said, the white is also going to number 4. And on the underside of the terminal cover, there is instructions on how to reverse the direction. And it's a matter of swapping the blue and the yellow, I believe. So now we'll go ahead and loosen up the stator screws. There's 4 of them. This is what compresses the motor and holds it together. Now we're going to start to separate each one of the end shields. From the stator. And on each end you can see the oiler ports, because these are sleeve bearings. So you need to add oil over time. In the past, I haven't really been a big fan of sleeve bearings, but I've come to like them. I mean, obviously they work just fine. Otherwise, we wouldn't have used them in motors. So here we're trying to remove the other end shield, not the terminal end, the other end. Once we get it off of there, inside it there is a rubber washer. I'm going to pull that out. And that's supposed to act as a seal to keep oil from leaking out of the motor. And the anti-vibration or mounting rings that are on each end of the motor. They're kind of a pain to get off of these things. I'm trying not to tear them up because they are rubber. There's a metal ring on the outside edge of it. I'm pretty sure I could find replacements if I needed them, but we're trying to cut down on the amount of stuff I have to buy to replace. And there we go. And I'm trying to see if that metal ring is going to come off of them. Not so much. So, no big deal. So that's everything on that end except for the oiler port. It's a rubber cap. We're just going to remove it. There it is. All right, so I'm going to remove all this stuff and then I'm going to lay it out in order of how it comes off of there, so it makes reassembly a little bit easier. In the parts diagram it has everything listed as well, but oftentimes I've found that there's a ring missing or there's an extra ring compared to what the parts diagram is calling for. So all of that was resting against a retaining ring, so we'll remove that. I'm going to wipe all that down and then give you a little bit better picture of what all those are. So there you go. And of course, this is the non-terminal side. So we pull the stator out. And then we're going to get the terminal end shield off. Let the blue and yellow wire drop down through it. And then we'll remove that terminal bar. There's 2 screws that hold it in place. All the connections on the bottom side of it are soldered, so we're not going to be removing them unless we have to. This is a split phase motor, so there's no capacitor. We've got another one of the rubber washers. Then we're going to do the same thing that we did with the other side. We're just going to remove all of this washer hardware and then lay it out in order. It's not exactly the same as the other side. I think this side had one less washer. So that washer that's in my right hand is cupped, and these sit inside it. So that cupped side needs to be facing towards the outside of the motor. And here we go with a close-up. All right, so now we'll just disassemble the centrifugal switch. It's got 2 springs on it. It's got a retaining ring that holds it all together. And then you've got the rubber sliding whatever. And there are 2 rods with the governors, and there are little wool washers that sit between the governors and the mount. Maybe they're cotton, I'm not sure. All right. Now the stator is disassembled. So next we're going to remove the motor mount, or the motor data panel that's on the end frame here, or end shield. I'm just using a punch to punch out some holes in this painter's tape, and then I'm going to basically cut a slot in each one of the heads. These are drive screws, which they have spirals on the sides of the drive screws, so in theory you can unscrew them out of whatever they're in if you've got a slot cut in it that you can get a screwdriver head in there, a flat tip head in there. And this doesn't always work. A lot of times the heads break off and then you got to drill them out. And they don't go all, the hole that they're in does not go all the way through this end shield, so you can't tap them out from the back side. So we're able to get that first one out. There it is. And we're going to see if we can get that second one out. There it is. Excellent. And there's the data panel. So next we've got that outer ring we need to remove, or mounting ring, anti-vibration ring, whatever they want to call it. Go ahead and remove the oiler port. And then we're going to play the same game we did with the other end to get this ring off. Yeah, so that rubber, being almost 60 years old, is holding up pretty well. Well, that's going to complete this video and complete the disassembly of drill press A. In the next video, we will start on drill press B. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. As always, I appreciate the support, and I will see you next time.